In the year 1714, off the windswept Carolina coast, the waters boiled with fear. The golden age of piracy was at its height, and merchants, planters, and sailors knew the dangers that lurked beyond every shoal and inlet. It was here that a nameless pirate captain emerged from the shadows, commanding a sloop that struck terror into the hearts of even-seasoned seafarers. Unlike the more famous Blackbeard or Steed Bonnet, this figure's reputation was whispered only in taverns and among survivors, a phantom corsair whose cruelty was said to go beyond plunder. For in that year, he would take 42 prisoners aboard his vessel, and none would ever return. The events began when the captain descended upon a Dutch merchant ship carrying goods bound for Charleston. Witnesses later recounted how his men boarded with brutal efficiency, binding the crew and forcing them onto his sloop. Among them were seasoned sailors, a Dutch captain, and several passengers unlucky enough to be caught in the chaos. The ship itself was left adrift, stripped of valuables but intact, a cruel signature of his raids. Other pirates robbed for profit. This captain seemed interested in something darker, for he kept the prisoners alive, secured below deck, and sailed away toward the shallow, twisting waters of the Outer Banks. Weeks passed, and whispers spread along the Carolina coast. Families in Charleston awaited word from the Dutch captain. Merchants feared another loss, while colonial officials sent out notices of the mysterious pirate who had vanished with an entire crew. When wreckage finally washed ashore, it was not of the pirate's sloop but the captured merchant vessel, its hull scorched in places, its sails shredded. No bodies were found. Only a blood-stained piece of rope, cut cleanly as though by blade, remained as evidence that something violent had occurred. Survivors eventually emerged, but their testimonies only deepened the mystery. A young cabin boy, half mad with terror, claimed he had escaped by hiding among floating barrels when the prisoners were transferred to another island. He spoke of hearing screams in the night, of strange rituals conducted by the captain and his men. Some said the prisoners were forced to dig in the sand, perhaps to conceal stolen treasure. Others whispered of something worse. Mass graves dug hurriedly before the captain sailed away, leaving no trace. Colonial records describe the boy's account as incoherent, rambling, and not wholly reliable, but it was all the authorities had. In Charleston, rumors hardened into legends. Some claimed the pirate captain had struck a secret bargain with the Spanish, selling his prisoners into slavery in Havana. Others believed he was part of a secret society of mariners who sacrificed captives in exchange for safe passage through storms. One chilling entry in the records of a local preacher described the matter plainly. 42 souls were taken, and 42 souls were lost. The sea itself seems complicit in their disappearance. Without bodies, the colonial court could not pursue charges, and the captain remained a ghostly figure beyond the law. Years later, wreck divers searching the shoals of Ocracoke reported finding timbers that matched the description of the pirate's sloop. Inside, they discovered rusted shackles still fastened to the wood, as though prisoners had once been held there. No gold, no weapons, no nameplate, only the hollow evidence of human suffering. To this day, maritime historians debate whether the wreck belonged to the vanished captain or another unlucky vessel. Yet the presence of restraints, corroded but undeniable, has fueled speculation that the stories of mass imprisonment were true. The pirate captain's identity has never been confirmed. Some suggest he was a deserter from Blackbeard's crew, breaking away to forge his own legend. Others claim he was a rogue privateer, operating under false letters of marque. But what makes his story endure is not who he was, but what he took. For while treasure can be recovered and ships can be rebuilt, the 42 prisoners he carried into the endless expanse of the Atlantic were never seen again. Their families received no closure, their graves remain unmarked, and their final moments are shrouded in rumor and fear. Today, along the Carolina coast, fishermen still speak of strange lights at sea, and some claim to hear cries carried by the wind on stormy nights. Local folklore holds that the souls of the 42 prisoners linger, bound forever to the waters where they vanished. The pirate captain himself remains a shadow in history, unnamed, unclaimed, and unpunished. His legacy sealed not by plundered riches, but by the chilling absence of those he stole. 42 lives, swallowed by a single man's cruelty, leaving behind only the question that history cannot answer. What truly happened aboard that cursed ship in 1714? The fate of the 42 prisoners remains one of the darkest mysteries of the Carolina coast. Was it greed, ritual, or simple cruelty that sealed their doom? History offers no answer, only silence. If you found this tale as haunting as we did, remember to like this video, share it with those who love history's darker corners, and subscribe for more sinister stories from the past. Until next time, beware the shadows that linger on forgotten shores.